Yo, welcome to Fireside Chats. I'm Q.
And I'm Grady.
So it's been a while since we had a podcast. So catch us up on your life, Brady.
Well, since we last recorded, I think I was actually still in grad school. So I graduated grad school this August.
Kudos to you.
Yay to that. We had our brunch with excellence. Yay.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. That was a good event.
Together.
Good turnout. We enjoyed
it
ourselves.
Was great, along with Devosky Boyd, and Tay.
Yeah, shouts out to them. That was something that's been big. We've been planning that most of last year. It started April, March, and it ran, and we finally had it in September. So yeah, that was a nice turnout, definitely.
Yeah, we just got a lot of content and videos from the event, so we plan on sharing that with you all soon, so that you can have something to look forward to when we do our next event. It was a great turnout, so shout out to Aquan and Montgomery Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to use the space. It was a great event.
Definitely. So we're doing a series called Life After College. This is our first episode in this 3 to 4 part series, and today's episode is titled BA or BS. So Brady, I need to know, was the bachelor's worth it?
I mean, do you want to know the facts or you want to know my personal opinion?
I want you to be as transparent as possible with our audience.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with a fact. So in 2015, the unemployment rate for 20 to 24-year-olds with a bachelor's degree or higher was 11%, according to the National Center for Education Statistics. Per the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, as in 2012, 44% of recent graduates were underemployed, working jobs that do not require a degree, driven by their need to repay student loans. I mean, based on the facts, it sounds like it wasn't that worth it, but I mean, let's see. So I graduated from Tuskegee, shout out to Tuskegee, 2018 of May with my degree in communications. And I can honestly say my degree alone in communications was not enough for me to get that job that I was looking for after leaving Tuskegee. So I made the decision to go to graduate school to get my master's in public relations and advertising.
Okay.
And since then, it's been about 2 months since I've graduated, and I have not landed that specific job in my field yet.
Okay. So is PR and communications, do they go hand in hand, or what made you?
So communications, think of it as like an umbrella.
Okay.
Public relations and advertising are the many different career titles that can fall under communication.
Okay, I got you. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's more like a specific. So I went communications broad, and then PR and advertising more specific.
Okay, so was the BA worth it?
Was it BS? Is what you're trying to say?
The BS, was it worth it? Exactly, BS.
Maybe the degree wasn't BS, but maybe I did.
Okay.
That degree, which ultimately made it look like the degree was BS. And let me elaborate.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's say my freshman year of college, I'm just going to say freshman to junior year of college, I was not, hipped on the fact that you have to do more than just go to class in order to receive that job you're looking for after college. You got to do more than just get good grades and a high GPA. You have to look at college as a networking space. It's so many professionals there, from your advisors to your professors, staff, everyone. And I did not utilize that to my benefit. So I say that because I wasn't networking. I wasn't joining organizations. I wasn't going to, conferences. I really just was only doing the bare minimum, which was going to class, staying in school, making sure I got good grades. That's something that you always hear. Like, that's what you need to do. And, the workforce, like, your education is going to be valuable because the workforce needs strategic thinkers. They need, skilled writers and all those things like that. But they don't tell you that you need to be out here grinding while you're also in college. Don't just solely depend on this BA degree.
Right. Definitely.
So that's where I went wrong. I can say it really wasn't up until my senior year that I even, was thinking about my career and what I was doing at this moment that would ensure that I met my goals that I set for myself career-wise.
So you feel like a lack of preparation kind of was a decline, or was kind of like a con to getting your degree?
Definitely, to getting everything out of my degree. I do think that. Now, that's not to say that people that do all of those things are going to land their dream job right after college, but it does ensure them a higher possibility than someone who didn't take those steps of networking and talking to people and things like that. So I can definitely say that.
So,
but I mean,
okay, I can agree somewhat, you know.
And then also, I'm not even trying to throw salt on Ski's name. I love Ski. But the curriculum for my particular major, communications, was not the best. And I can say that because my class was amongst the first graduating communications class. So just within that itself, we had a lot of cons to that. So for instance, a lot of the professors that we had at the moment did not have a communications background. Some had English backgrounds or even history backgrounds. They were teaching us communication courses. So it was just like we were kind of not receiving everything that we could have been getting because we didn't have that professor that, majored in communication in college or majored in media or PR or advertising, things like that. Up until my senior year, I had a great professor, Dr. Miller, that actually encouraged me to go to grad school. So, like I say, up until my senior year, I feel like my degree really wasn't going to benefit me at all. And then after my senior, when I graduated, I saw that, okay, yeah, I can't get a job with just this resume I have right now.
That's understood. My perspective is kind of different. Well, for me, college, it wasn't worth it. Let's put that out there. But I had other agendas like prior to college, so going into college, you could say that I already had a career. I had joined the military before college. So college was always a backup plan for me. It just never was the front runner. So I always had this stigma of college and this and that. And whenever I guess college will get annoying or stagnant, I always would say, I don't need this. I already have a career, but at the same time, if looking back on
a lot of people aren't blessed with that opportunity to already have their career, everything. Like basically, if you didn't want to go to college, you wasn't going to be lacking anything.
Right. So, but that's the thing. That's why I have the mindset I have now about the college and even the post-college depression. A lot of my friends and I just know a lot of people that really suffered, during that. And
I know.
It's not
one of them, but that's a whole different conversation.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I wish I would have, like you said, networked more. I wish I would have met more people, because doing the things that I'm doing now, that would have been very beneficial.
Right.
But I think that goes along with just being prepared. I don't think I was as prepared for college as I should have been. And it was.
But how prepared can we possibly be at 17, 18 years old going into college? Knowing the ins and outs, knowing what we should be doing, more than just going to class. Like, nobody's really telling us these things until we get to a certain age where it's like, well, you need to network. Like, to me, I never even heard the word network. To be completely honest with you, and knowing what that really meant until probably like my senior year in college.
Right. That's true. That's true.
That's bad because but that's true for me. Like, nobody ever told, and not saying somebody had to tell me, but I learned on my own.
Right.
But I didn't have that guidance to say like you need to be networking. It was just focus on your education, focus on your books, make good grades, and everything will come to you. You get your education, so you're doing your part. Everything else will come to you. That is a lie. Okay, that's a lie. Nothing will come to you. Nothing will come to you. Just because, you can say you're doing your part, but you're only doing half of your part.
Right. You definitely have to step outside of that box.
Definitely. Like, you can't wait on a person to give you an opportunity, right?
Oh, no.
So how are you going to wait on a piece of paper?
You just dropped the ball, did it? Okay. Well, and also for me, it was more of a family legacy thing. I'm a first generation college graduate. I graduated from Troy 2018 fall. And that was huge for the family. My grandma, mom, sister, brothers. That was their first,
Right.
college
You were a
graduate.
role model.
Yeah, so, it was a sense of pride in the family, because of that, because it's like we finally, reached that point, so,
Right.
and also for me, I'm always a forward thinker. I wanted my kids to, look at dad and be like, okay, at least dad did get a bachelor's, and dad has a business, dad, so I wanted them to look up to me in like every aspect. So that was huge to me, leaving that legacy.
That's big. Yeah. Congrats to Q.
Yeah.
Leaving legacies, role model. And, that's important too, because I think also for me, it's like college wasn't really an option. Like I knew I had to go. Because, I came from a family. My mother went to college, got her master's, and my dad got his PhD.
So it was like, understood for you, right?
It was understood.
Exactly.
Like if I did not go, it was like,
right.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
I can't use my hand.
Right.
So it was a no-brainer.
Right. And that's how I want to be for my kids. I want that to not just be the next step because it's socially, cool, or it's a social norm, at that point. I wanted that to be the next step because this is the family's expectation. This is the family standards.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that leads me to my next question. So, has a bachelor's degree become more about social acceptance or actually getting a valued education?
Interesting. I would say both. It depends on the actual individual. It depends how serious they are about their studies. Like you said, your first 3 years, you really you still were kind of, figuring out some things, so
exactly.
That's a lot of time wasted.
A lot of time
that's
wasted.
3 years. That's a long time.
3 years.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. So you have to one would have to say that was just a social. It's just a social status at that point. You was just going through the regular motions. At that point, because you weren't really tapping into your true self, your true individuality. You're just going through the motions of getting a college degree. So
honestly, sometimes I still feel like I'm just going through the motions.
Right.
I still feel like I know the things that, keeps me going, that gives me that passion, that fuel behind my fire. I know those things, but it's like, I feel like I've been so molded into like this person that's so academic focused, I suppose, that it makes me turn down things that are my true passion because I'm so focused on, I guess being too strategic to the point where you miss your main passion.
Okay. And I
think sometimes school kind of did that to me in a way.
I definitely feel you on that. School puts you in a box because of the curriculum. And that was something that I noticed early on. And I didn't want to be a victim to that because I've seen creative people go to school and come out uncreative. They and after they get out of school, of course, life takes its toll. So they're even more uncreative. They're not doing the things that they once loved or once were curious about. And I didn't want to become that person. I seen that happen. I actually had a conversation with my aunt about this. I won't mention the aunt or the kid because they do listen, but she felt like after, I'm gonna say he or she, after he or she graduated from college, they were not as creative as they once were, and of course life hit, things happen. And I guess that's part of the going to college and not expressing yourself too, because it's some people that really go to college and they really have expressed themselves in many ways, and they really have just grown and to be that person and not get stuck in that box. So, it just depends how open you are to and receptive you are to new opportunities.
This question may not be, I guess it's kind of biased that I ask you this because of your background, but I mean, do we view people differently that didn't go to college?
Of course.
That's not.
The only way I think we do, because because like I said, having a college degree is still a social status in the Black community, definitely.
Yes.
It's and please don't let somebody get their PhD. They on top of the world at that point. So you that's just what it is. It's always gonna be a social status. It's a symbol. It's a symbol saying, look at me, look at my achievement, look at my accolades. So, and you look at a person, that don't have that, subconsciously, you're going to look at them in a negative way. Like, what are you doing in life? Because I know, so I didn't go to college until a year and a half after high school. So during those times, you have people, question you. So like, what are you doing now? And the only answer I had was, I'm waiting to go to the military and I'm working at a factory right now. So if you don't have the self-confidence and, the awareness of where you at in life and the patience, that question can really deteriorate you. That question can like build you down. And I seen it happen. I seen it happen to friends. So of course, yes, society does look down on a person who doesn't have a degree. The only person society doesn't look down on a person that doesn't have a degree is a successful entrepreneur. That's the only person society will celebrate without having a degree.
Exactly. I mean, I can say just because of I wasn't raised to look down on anyone. But I think the world's gonna teach you that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I know that for me, some of my friends or some of my associates that decided not to go to college after high school or whatever, it was like a shocker. Like, how are you not going to go to college?
Especially coming from the demographics you came from, like at Brutech, a magnet school.
Don't do that.
Okay, Brady was scholarly inclined. Like the school that you come from, those type of demographics, it's like you're not going to college. Now, where I went to school at Carver, it's like you're not going to, like, that's normal. Not to be in the negative, that's just what it was on that side of town. Like only a few percentage went to actual college. And, that's just what it was. So they didn't even, it's not that we look down on, individuals that didn't go to college on that side of town. I said, it's those demographics play a part.
It's your norm. It's your norm. And I think that honestly, stepping outside of your norm and like really looking at things outside of what you're so used to seeing will really help you appreciate certain things. So I can say this because I have people in my life that are very successful, that are making well more over the money I'm making right now. Okay. And they did not go to a 4-year university. A lot of people, I say a lot of people, I say maybe older people will look down on people who did not go to college more so than the younger generation. Because
I can see that now. Yes, I believe that.
They think like, oh, you young and you're not in school, like what you doing? And if you tell them what you doing to make money, they'll be like,
they shame you.
How you pay your bills with that? Like you can't do nothing with that. But in reality, it's like that person probably is paying more bills than just for themselves. They probably, have a nice, material things we look at. That's how we look at, to measure our success. So they have nice things and, they're really doing well in this life. But that stigma that comes with people that don't go to college, I think that's messing us up, because now we have more people they're like really smart, educated people that decide not to go to college and want to pursue the entrepreneur route, and they do a great job in that.
Right. So I got a question. So should community college and trade schools should they be more celebrated now, or should they be more acceptable?
Yes,
Okay.
they definitely should.
Right.
Because getting a trade or going to a community college, like getting a trade, you can start your own business off of getting a trade.
Right.
And you can do that quicker.
Okay.
With more tools.
That's true.
And that brings in more income, because at this point you're creating a space where you can work for yourself and employ others.
Right.
So really, getting that trade allows you to have a business, which separates you from people who spend 4 years in college to just be employees.
Right. I actually, that's exactly what I did after I graduated and got my bachelor's. A month later, I went to go get a trade because I knew the advantages, of a trade, and so I wanted to just take advantage. Like I said, college is, it's pretty much been free for me this whole ride. So I try to take advantage of any educational programs, opportunities that I can, and getting a trade was the next step for me. So I ended up getting a trade, I think like maybe a month or 6 to 8 weeks after I graduated college. That's actually...
Question. Quick question. Sorry to cut you off, Q, but I think a lot of people are wondering, because I'm wondering as well.
Yes.
What did you major in at Troy?
I majored in criminal justice at Troy.
Okay. Yes. Could have did a lot with that.
Yeah, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
So with the criminal justice degree, it was... The only reason I chose it because, so I went to the military. I had a certain amount of credits, like leaving like the tech school and military. So once I went to Troy and applied those credits, I had like 28 credits, like my first semester. So it's like, you're done with your freshman year pretty much. So I was like, okay, I'm finna graduate college, man, in 3.5 years. I'm finna, be on it. And I did that. I did, graduated in 4 years, but I didn't take advantage of college because I tried to go through college so fast. To me, it was the faster I can get over this BS, the faster I can get into my real purpose. And that's how I was thinking. And it was an immature way of thinking, now that I look back on it.
I guess so, yeah. But a lot of people think it's the exact opposite. Like, this process of getting my BA is going to lead me to my purpose.
Right.
And that could be an immature way of thinking.
That's true. But at the same time, when I was doing all of this, I had kind of figured out myself a way. I knew that I wanted to be a businessman. I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew that the criminal justice system, it wasn't any money into it. I knew exactly where it would lead me. The only advantages that I kind of saw were that you probably got paid $5,000 to $6,000 more than a person with the high school diploma compared to your bachelor's degree working that same job, which is no big difference. I mean, what's $6,000 at the end of the year? That's not a big jump. And that's what people don't realize is the only thing separating a bachelor's now and an actual high school diploma is literally about $6,000. So is that worth it? Is a $40,000 degree worth $6,000 extra?
Especially all the debt you're about to have to pay back too.
Man,
all the student loans.
Exactly. Like
I was blessed not to have student loans, but I'm one out of 4. But it's like I was blessed not to have to pay back student loans. But even though I wasn't in a financial crisis, I was in something I felt that was worse. It was a career crisis.
Right.
Because I wasn't in my career yet. I think that when you want nothing more than to have the career that you set your mind on, and that's not happening in the time that you thought it would happen, to me, that is the biggest. Now, this is just to me now. That is the biggest.
So that's a test of your faith as well.
That's a test of faith. I tell people all the time that I am currently living my biggest fear right now.
Right.
My biggest fear was to graduate with my master's and not land that job in my field that would allow me to elevate my career to the next level. That was my biggest fear.
Ooh.
And I am currently living my biggest fear. Not having that job right now that I see growing in career-wise. So,
so,
some people chase a lot of different things. People chase money.
Right.
People chase, and I'm chasing a career, so it's just like...
Your career is very popular right now, too. I must say that. It's very popular. I know a lot of females that's entering into that space, and I actually love it. So, continue doing that.
It is, because it's so broad. You can do so much. And the thing that people don't realize is, yes, you can do so much with it, but it's hard. So, for example, say I started my own. Okay, so on the side, I do I manage a digital presence of a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
I give people tips on how to manage their social media. This one lady that I used to work for, she started her own business. And so she asked me, for tips and things to help her digital presence.
Right.
So, those are things that you can definitely make a business out of with the background that I have. But it's it does take commitment to get clients.
I actually, not to throw y'all, but I actually see you doing that. That's I see you having a whole marketing firm, whole digital firm, and just going in with that. I really see that, that you're doing that.
We're going to receive that. We're going to see where it takes.
Okay.
What that takes us. But, those are things, but it's it comes down to the point, what is going to make you feel like you're really making a difference?
Right.
That you're doing something in this life. And I think that's big for me. Yes, I want to be this, this person of power when it comes to communications, or this main person that people go to. They know that she's good at what she does. But I also want to be that person that's helping other people. I want to be making a real difference. And not saying I can't make a real difference by doing those things, but, it to me, it's beyond just utilizing my skill set. It's what can I do to really promote other people. Ooh. So it's I feel like what I'm chasing right now is kind of so big, and I have to realize that it is a process to get to that point. But I think that school has tricked me or manipulated me into thinking that if I just go get this degree for 4 years, and if I even get my master's, I'm going to have that sooner than later. And that is not true. That's not, it's true for some. For some people, I look at my friends, they're already entered their 6-figure jobs, built their first house, you know what I'm saying? But that's not true for all people.
Right. Everybody's journey is different.
Everyone's journey is different, but you know what? You don't really be wanting to hear that, right? You be
I feel you. I feel you. I feel that.
Got it.
Right.
That's what I did.
That's true.
Then why?
Right.
They seem like they came out on the higher end. You get what I'm saying? And so even just thinking like that, like my mom said, paying attention to the Jones, that will really mess you up.
Right.
So, but it is all part of a process, and I think that anybody that's in the position that I am right now that really thought that they would be in a certain place, at a certain time, and it's really not happening, or it doesn't even look like it's coming close to that.
Right.
Don't dwell in that,
Oh no,
that's the whole,
definitely
like you said, your faith, because people that are, people that do have faith and people that do believe in God, we can't always see what's going on in the spiritual.
That's what faith is. That's what faith all about. That's all it's about.
It's definitely a growing process, growing pain. I call it growing pain stage. And that's why I have a big respect for people that did, my whole perception and mindset has changed when I think about people that did go to a 4-year university and they are well off in their careers, that they did go to a trade school or, whatever entrepreneur lane, these all this education, and you're still trying to get to where they are.
Right.
So it's a beautiful thing. You can see someone living out their passion and living out, what they want to do in life. And I think that's a beautiful thing, regardless of how they would wrap things up to get there.
Definitely. I like that. So to conclude, BA or BS, I think it depends on that individual, So I encourage everybody to not only go to college, but be active in college. That's my advice to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I think my advice would be for those who, because everybody is not granted the opportunity to go to school.
Right.
Whether that be their financial means or whether that just be their, where they fall in society. A lot of people are not guaranteed that privilege. So I would say to those people, you have to grind and grind and grind and grind, and that's something that college
talk to him, Brady.
We are so used to a routine that is laid out for us.
That's right.
They already laid out. They already told us what meetings that are about to take place on this day at this time.
Mm-hmm.
All we gotta do is walk right into it. So we forget that whole grinding aspect of it. Like, what are you really doing to elevate yourself personally? Those people that didn't go to school, they have to have that strong. That has to be in them, to really have what college can sometimes make you neglect.
Right.
Or,
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, those people that did not go to school, don't be discouraged. At the end of the day, you only get what you deserve based on what you put in.
Definitely.
So that's my take on it. So that wraps up.
Go ahead.
Never mind, y'all. They don't wrap it up. You got something else to say. You had the floor.
I was just going to say, and don't feel like formal education is the only way of education. I know we can go off, to a different topic, but I just wanted to leave that to my people out there that didn't go down the college route, and you still figuring out some things. Just know that the person that went down that 4-year college route, he or she is still figuring out things just as well. It's just they got a little degree. They don't know what to do with it. But like I say, I'm going to leave y'all with that. We'll catch y'all on the next episode.